Dana, a lot of eyes once again on the weekend.
It always seems to be these weekend storms. They start to creep in. We start talking about them almost a week in advance. This one, though, it's not going to be a direct hit. It's more, I said last half hour, it's more of a glancing blow. So we still have to think about it and we still have to talk about it, but it's not going to be a huge snowstorm here. So if you've run out of spots to put your snow, I do have good news for you.
Relax there, yeah, but it still could kind of shift either way, right? As far as what you guys are watching.
We do. There is a chance that it can shift a little bit, but it's not going to become a large storm regardless of that shift. And before we get to the storm, we want to talk a little bit about the cold because it's been incredibly cold this entire week. Here's a look at some of our wind chills outside right now. A lot of us with feels like temperatures in the single digits below zero in areas of far northern Maine. We did though see a good bit of sunshine. Right now there is some cloud cover around in areas of far northern Maine, but that helped to make it feel a little bit warmer this afternoon, at least in my opinion. But because of the cold, we do have a cold weather advisory in the areas here shaded in this light blue color, areas of northern and western Maine for tonight. Wind chills down to -25 to -30, and that's in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow. So the next few days are going to be fairly quiet. We do have a front that comes in from the north during the day tomorrow, so you might see some light snow showers or some snow flurries, especially inland, but not expecting much accumulation there. In fact, in the afternoon, there might even be a little bit of sunshine. For your weekend plans, I do think Saturday is the better of the two weekend days. A good bit of sunshine, though still very cold. High temperatures will only be in the upper teens to low 20s. And then the second half of the weekend is when things change. It's because of this nor'easter. It's going to track up the coast, as most nor'easters do. And the question we've been answering during this week has been just how close does the center of low pressure get to Maine? And Amanda just mentioned that the impacts do change if it moves a little farther inland or a little farther outland. But overall, this storm is not going to be super large. In fact, this is a look at our first call for the snow. So there is the asterisk that this could change a little bit. But right now, expecting about 1 to 3 inches in areas of the coast, especially down east. I think that's the best chance to get the most snow in the state. Areas inland, a trace to about 1 inch. Areas of the mountains, unlikely to see any snow at all. Again, this is subject to change as we get a little bit closer to this storm, but in general, we're not expecting too much snow. And for the winds, again, right along the coast is when we're expecting our highest wind gusts. About 35 to 45 miles per hour. Areas farther inland, about 25 to 35 miles per hour. And that winds will be out of the northeast, which is historically a better direction for us. So there is also that chance of coastal flooding because we are going to have astronomical high tides. Nor'easters sometimes can cause coastal flooding. So that is something to consider, especially during the high tides on Sunday morning and Sunday night, especially if you are in a flood-prone area. So again, this is a mainly coastal storm. The snow impacts are lower, especially in comparison to last weekend. We will be watching the concern for those high wind gusts, 40 to 45 miles per hour, and we'll be watching that coastal flood risk as well. Seas 2 to 5 feet, small craft advisory, ocean temperature is 40 degrees. So until we get into the weekend, things do remain fairly cold but very calm. A couple of snow flurries around during the day tomorrow. High temperatures only in the teens. A lot more sunshine around on Saturday. High temperatures in the upper teens to low 20s. Brian and Amanda, obviously we will be tracking the storm on Sunday, watching for some of the potential of those shifts. But even so, if we get a shift that's a little bit closer, we could increase our snowfall amounts a bit, but we're not going to have as much snow as, say, an area like Cape Cod or Nova Scotia.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Dana, thank you.